All right, guys. So we are live. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, all depending on when and where you're watching this video from. And welcome to this Tron Treasury presentation. So we're going to have a look at the PDF right now. After, if there's any questions, just let me know, type in the chat box or push your hands up and we will have a chat. Now, so let's have a look at this. We are looking at Tron Treasury. This is the ultimate smart contract that has ever been built on a Tron network. It is a community experiment which has been designed with the intention of acting as a fair and just treasury for the people. Now, before we go into the specific details, let's have a look at what a smart contract is. Very, very simply put, it is a self-executing contract deployed on the public blockchain. It's fully transparent to all and anyone can check it through the blockchain. It is also pre-programmed through code, and it will execute that code that has been designed to do without the need for a third-party intervention. Now, the main characteristics of a smart contract is that of being immutable, tamper-proof, fair and just, all according to the rules. It can perform only the action it has been pre-programmed to do, and no one or nothing can stop it from doing so. There's also no limits to what a smart contract can be coded to do. It is especially used in the DeFi sector of cryptocurrency and blockchain, but we're now seeing smart contracts being used more and more in daily use activities as well. So what is the Tron Treasury smart contract then? Well, this is a decentralized smart contract which was created as a community experiment, allowing for a fully decentralized treasury aid for the people. It is a place where everyone supports everyone through smart contract technology on the Tron blockchain. Now, anyone can participate in Tron Treasury, and once you've made your first deposit, you will activate the contract code, which will be tied to your personal wallet. You will then start to receive a 0.8% daily return from the treasury every 24 hours until 220% is received in total. Now, the minimum deposit is 200 TRX, while the maximum is 100,000. The next deposit will be dependent on the 150 to 200% maximum rule. We're going to see a more detailed explanation of this. Now, there's a disclaimer. There is no guarantee in Tron Treasury as there is no additional funds generated in this contract. It is a pre-programmed smart contract that is based on a community effort where people give and receive from each other through a fully decentralized system. So Tron Treasury is a community project where everyone supports everyone. Now, the total distribution of deposited funds is as following. There's a 5% platform fee. 10% goes immediately out as a direct referral commission. There goes 3% to the daily top sponsor pool. 2% goes to the insurance pool, while 80% goes to the treasury pool, where everybody in the community is receiving from. Now, the minimum and the maximum deposit limits, these are very important, and these are set to ensure that both the treasury and the community has a healthy and sustainable growth, as well as a fair contribution towards the treasury itself. As we know, the first deposit is minimum 200 TRX and a maximum of 100,000 TRX. Once you now received your 220%, you will need to make a second deposit to continue to receive. Now, your second deposit needs to be minimum 150% of the last and a maximum of 200% of the last. So, for example, if you put 10,000 TRX, when 22,000 has been received, which is the 220%, the next deposit has to be a minimum of 15,000 TRX or a maximum of 20,000. So anywhere between 15 and 20. But you cannot go lower or you cannot go higher than those 150 to 200. So the reason these have been set is for everyone to contribute more towards this fund as they are receiving as well. Once you receive 220%, you're 110% in profit. So increasing your next deposit with an additional 50%, you're still left with 60 to 70% pure profit. Now, once you reach the highest amount possible to deposit in the Tron Treasury contract, you will no longer be able to increase your deposit with 150%. So the maximum deposit at any time will be 1.2 million. And once you reach that amount, you will continue to be able to do cycles at 1.2 million TRX. They are unlimited. Now, how does Tron Treasury work? Let's break it down very, very simple. So First step, you deposit TRX to the Tron Treasury contract through your own personal wallet browser. The contract code will be activated, and 24 hours after, you will receive your first 0.8% return. You will continue to receive that 0.8% every 24 hours until 220% of your deposit has been received. Now, important to know, guys, you can receive that 220% in 4 different ways. Once it has been received, the income will stop. You will no longer receive matching commission or the 0.8% daily. But to continue to receive, if you want to activate that again, you can do a new deposit, as said, and you will gain a new 220% limit. There's no limit to the cycles, as we know. Now, the 4 ways is as following. The number one, which everyone gets, is the 0.8% daily return. As said, it's paid to all users as a passive income. You do not need to have any referrals in order to get it. You only need to make a deposit and a contribution towards the fund. Now, the second one is the 10% direct referral commission for sharing the project with others. Anyone that you bring on board to the Tron Treasury community, when they make a deposit, you will earn a 10% commission of that deposit. That's pretty sick, because many people have already cycled and earned their 220% due to this incredible feature. But that's not all. We have something called a matching commission as well. This is based on your partner's daily return up to 7 levels deep. And the fourth and the final one is a daily top sponsor pool. It consists of 3% of all deposit that comes into the Tron Treasury. We're going to have a look at them in detail, guys. So the daily return of 0.8 is very, very straightforward. We've gone through this multiple times already. When you make a deposit to Tron Treasury, you'll activate the code. You will start to receive 0.8% every 24 hours until you have received a total of 220%. That's a total of 275 days. Now, for example, if you make a deposit of 10,000 TRX, you are now eligible to receive 22,000. Every 24 hours, you will get 80 TRX, and that's for 275 days, or until the 220% limit is reached through any of the other 3 ways. Now, the 10% direct referral commission is also very straightforward. It is awarded to a sponsor immediately as the new partner makes their first deposit. And also keep in mind that it counts for all redeposits as well. As we know, people will cycle, they will earn their 220%, and they will make a new deposit, which is going to be higher than what they did, minimum 150%, maximum 200. You will now receive a new 10% commission every single time someone cycles and makes a new deposit on your front line. Example, direct partner deposits 10,000 TRX, you'll receive 1,000. It's very, very straightforward. Now, there is no limits to how many direct referrals you can have, my friends. Tron Treasury is a uni-level, meaning that you have your position and you are building one line underneath you. Everyone that you introduce will come on your front first line. Now, if they start to introduce more people through their own links, they will be building their first line, which will automatically become your second line. All right. And as said, all commissions apply towards the 220% limit. Now, Team Mashi commission. Guys, this is where the golden goose lays its eggs, so to say. This is where the marketers and the active partner that does anything in this community will start to notice that this matching commission is insanely powerful. This is compounding on a whole new different level, because you're not just compounding your earnings, which everybody else is doing. You are compounding your income based on everyone else's earnings. So this is huge, guys. Now, Team Matching Commission is based upon your partner's daily 0.8% return. And as we know, everyone receives 0.8% return every single day. How much that is all based on their deposit. Now, your matching bonus is calculated and paid out every time a downline partner of yours makes a withdrawal of that accumulated 0.8%. So the levels of matching bonus that you receive is based upon how many direct partners you have. You will open one level for each direct partner. But back to that percentage matching bonus. So check this out, guys. On every single direct partner that you have a 30% matching commission. Just to make you understand how powerful that is, let's say that somebody deposited 10,000 TRX on your front line. Now you are receiving 1,000 TRX as direct commission, and they will now start to earn every single day 80 TRX, correct? 0.8% of 10,000 is 80. So every single day they are getting 80 TRX. You have a 30% matching on that, meaning you are earning 22 to 23 TRX every single day as well, because he is or she is earning their 0.8%. Imagine if that's 100,000 direct on your front line, that's to 30% matching on 800 TRX daily. Or if it's 1,000,000 TRX on your front line, it's 30% on 8,000 TRX daily. You're starting to make a couple of thousand TRX daily just because you helped people to start making TRX through the system. And that's not all, guys. Your first line, they will probably introduce people as well. They will build their team, and that becomes your second level partners. You have a 15% matching commission on all second level partners as well. You have a 5% matching commission on all partners on your third level, 4% on your fourth level partner, and 3% on level 5, 6, and 7. This accumulates and compounds to be a massive amount. Of course, it all depends on you and your team and how you're building. If you have 10 partners in your team, it's not going to be massive amounts. But if you have 1,000 or if you have 10,000 partners in your team, my God, the earnings is going to be insane. And we've seen this before. We have partners on this call today that have been making hundreds of thousands with these contracts before. And they will do it again. I can mark my words on that. They can guarantee you. So guys, the team matching commission is so powerful. Make sure you understand how that works. It's compounding on a whole new level. It's the seventh wonder of the world. All right. We also have the daily top sponsor pool, as we know. This is one of the coolest features that I know about, because the incentive that it pulls people to go towards and push for volume is ridiculous. Maybe not now, maybe not tomorrow, but I can guarantee you in a month from now, this pool is going to cross, maybe $100,000 every day. 3% of all deposit that comes into the Tron Treasury contract is set aside in a separate pool. This is the top sponsor pool. Now, every day, 10% of this pool is awarded and shared among the top 4 sponsors of TRX volume. The remaining 90% is rolled over to the next day, and this is done to always continue to increase the rewards of the top sponsors to the Tron Treasury community. Let me give you an example of how that works. Let's say that 100,000 TRX comes into the top sponsor pool the first day. 10,000 will go out, 10% of the 100,000, while 90,000 goes over to the next day. All right, so what happens next? The next day, another 100,000 TRX comes into to the top sponsor pool. It's now at 190,000, and 19,000 goes out and shared among the top 4. Next day, another 100,000 comes in. We're now up to 271,000. So every single day, this pool is growing up due to that 3% and the 90% rollover. And as I said, we've seen a daily pool like that hit close to $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, and people were pulling that home every single day, which was ridiculous. It was insane, but they deserved it because they were pulling in volume of 10 to 12 million TRX every day as well. And that same thing will happen in Tron Treasury, guys. It will, mark my words. All right, a little bit about withdrawals and the insurance contract. So we talked about a 2% deduction of all deposits going to the insurance contract. Now, I want to tell you why. The insurance contract is an additional feature added for the safety of new users. This will only be activated in the event that the main contract balance goes to 0. The insurance contract is coded to all users that at that point is yet to receive at least 100% of their total deposit back. Now, this is an additional security feature for new members, but it is no guarantee. Now, the insurance contract is contributed to by all users of the Tron Treasury Smart Contract in these 2 ways. As we know, the 2% of all deposits to Tron Treasury is added to the insurance contract immediately. Secondly, 10 to 20% of the amount withdrawn by users is deducted and added to the insurance contract as well. And why is it that? Well, the thing is, if you are withdrawing from Tron Treasury, you are making money. You are most likely in profit, right? So once you are in profit, once you receive 220%, you're withdrawing that, 10% of that will be deducted and go into the insurance contract. You have received, you have earned, you've gotten profits. So when you're taking that out, you are contributing a little bit back to the insurance contract to make sure that new members have a security for themselves. Now, the 10 to 20%, where does how do we decide that? Well, if you have a deposit between 200 all the way up to 1 million, you have a 10% withdrawal fee. If you deposit, once you've reached more than 1 million in deposits, you will have a 20% withdrawal fee, because at that point, you are not able to increase your next contribution towards the treasury with that 150%. You are now going on the same amount all the time, 1.2, 1.2, 1.2, and still pulling out 220%. So now it's just fair that you are paying an additional amount to the insurance contract to ensure the safety of new members and new users. All right, guys, minimum withdrawal is set to 50 TRX. Personally, I will not recommend and would not recommend anyone to make a withdrawal less than 440 TRX, which is the maximum possible to earn by the minimum amount if you put 200 TRX. The reason for that, guys, is because of the gas fees. Each contract interaction with the Tron Treasury contract, because of the complexity in it, pulls about between 80 to 100 TRX per interaction. But here is the key. Here's the kicker, guys. When you're on Tron, you really don't need to pay gas fee at all whatsoever. If you're lucky enough and have a little bit of spare TRX, please freeze it so you will get free energy. And that energy will be what's burned when you're interacting with the contract. I believe each contract, the first contract interaction, is approximately 250,000 in energy. If you need to purchase that, you can do that by energy providers. It will cost you about 20 TRX. So instead of paying 100 TRX in a gas fee, you're purchasing some energy for 20 TRX, and then, you know, that's it. You're burning the energy instead. So if you don't know how this works, please join us in our official Telegram chat group. Ask for energy providers, and if they can help you, inform you how that works. And we have all the capable leaders and admins and everyone there that will help you out. Okay. So there's absolutely no reason for any one of us to be paying high gas fees on Tron, guys. The network is there. You can use energy, free some Tron, buy some Tron, some energy, etc., etc. We'll get it done. All right, let's finish off with some important notes here. As we know, guys, Tron Treasury is a community-based project. It is 100% decentralized through the power of smart contracts. Again, there is no guarantee with Tron Treasury. This is a project based on community efforts. But with the efforts that this community is pulling in, well, yeah. Now, once 220% is received, my friends, a new deposit of minimum 150 must be done to continue receiving from the Treasury or from the fund. You can only deposit a maximum of 200% of your last deposit. Minimum entry is 200 TRX. It's open to all, no restrictions, and no referrals needed in order to receive the 0.8%. This is 100% passive, and I need you to understand how important that is. This is as suitable for the passive investor as well for the active marketer. And that is what makes and breaks the success of this project, because everyone supports everyone. That is the key. And we all know that we can increase the speed of how fast we will receive that 220%. I know one of our dear leaders here, Mr. Guillermo, I believe he cycled in 220% 5 or 6 or 7 times already. It's ridiculous. It's so much fun, and I love hearing about it. So we can increase that speed. Normally, it's 275 days if you're completely passive, but you know, in Guillermo's situation, it was 220 minutes or something. I don't know, something like that. So yeah. And it's all done through a joint effort of sharing the Tron Treasury with others, building a community. All right, guys, thank you so much. That is the presentation itself. What I'm going to do now is we're going to just jump into the back office and have a look at that, and just to go through what's happening really. So, all right, website is trontreasury.com. In order to join, guys, you do need a referral link. So if you haven't joined yet and you want to join, make sure you get back to the person who introduced you to the Tron Treasury community. They will help you and help bring you on and make sure that you are comfortable and right. All right, let us update the page. Let's see if we have any. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a huge jump. Nice. Loving it. Loving it. Just going to do it again. Got an error request. So we have currently total 1.1 million TRX in the contract. That's an amazing achievement because we're still we are now 48 hours in. We have a total deposit of 1.28 million TRX in these 48 hours, which is insane, guys. I love it. And we have 465 community participants around the world. I mean, this has surpassed any expectations that we actually had, because the thing is, we basically did a stealth launch. We haven't had a mass promo or mass marketing or whatever, though, because it's really not needed. You know, we have a group of amazing leaders that has the opportunity to reach the world with this, and that's exactly what you're doing now. 465 members around the world, guys. I can tell you that in less than a month it will be closer to 46,000. So, and all of those will be coming from you. And just think about that. The opportunity that we now have in front of us is insane. We've seen this before. In our last contract, we had over 700,000 active community participants. I have no doubts that we will surpass that with flying colors with this amazing contract, because we have sorted out and fixed what allowed that to not run as good as it should. But still, with that, it pulled 700,000 members around the world, and we're going to do that again, and we're going to do it even better. All right, guys. Yeah. Well, if you haven't joined yet and you're wondering how to join, let me show you how to do that. If you're on your laptop, desktop, you need to have Tron Link browser downloaded. You need to put that into your desktop browser, of course. Once you've opened your wallet, once you've funded that, you go to the TronTreasury.com, you use the ref link that your sponsor will give you. You simply just scroll down, you enter the amount of TRX that you would like to join with, minimum 200, maximum 100,000, and then you click on join. I can't now because I still have an unfinished deposit, because you need to complete the cycle as well before you can make a new one. So you just select what you would like to, click on join, confirm terms and condition, and then you go to your wallet will be prompted to approve the transaction. Once you approve the transaction, it's done. You're there. You'll start to see your personal statistic. You'll see your current deposit. You'll see your next deposit, minimum and maximum. You will have your next income countdown. It will always start at 24 hours. After that first 24 hours, you will receive your first daily income. The daily income 0.8, you see the income limit remaining, which is 220. If I now withdraw the 17,900 TRX, my income limit will decrease with 17,900 TRX. Everything is very, very straightforward. Your organization, your link, guys, when you use your link, after you've signed up, if you want to share your link with others, make sure you click copy a couple of times, 3, 4, 5 times. And after that, make sure that you actually paste your link somewhere and confirm that your wallet is at the end. It needs to be your wallet address that you're sending out, so you're not sending the wrong link out. The thing is that the Tron network browser is a little bit slow sometimes. So let's say I copy it and it's copied and I send it to someone, it can still send the link that I signed up with. So my sponsor's link again. So make sure to confirm before you actually send it, okay? All right, I believe that was it. You know, it's not much more to say. You know, it's pretty straightforward, simple, and yeah, I believe we're loving it that way. You know, keep it simple. You know, that's how we do it. All right, we're going to stop the share. We're going to have a look and see if there's any questions. If you have anything, put it into the chat box or raise your hand, and we will see. Let me see here. Okay, so from Gary, I have people asking when we will verify it and when we will do an audit realistically. So realistically, we will probably do that in approximately 2 to 3 weeks. So we will be the same the same way that we did the other contracts. We launched the contracts. We will keep it unverified for a couple of weeks, making sure that the contract runs smoothly. Because the thing is, we've tested everything, 1,000 times over and so forth, but we haven't been able to test it, with 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 accounts. We've been through this before. We never had any issues, but we will still take 2 to 3 weeks before we do such. All right, let me see. Another question: why Tron instead of the BNB blockchain, which is a faster and cheaper to transact? 2 seconds. I'm just going to turn this phone off. Sorry, no, it's just he kept on calling. All right, so yes, why did we choose to go with Tron instead of the BNB network? So basically, we chose to go with Tron because Tron is a very, very solid blockchain. Yes, BNB is fast, BNB is cheaper as well, but there's also it's both an upside and a downside. Going with BNB would allow us to, okay, we're setting a limit. BNB is now 200, 220. What if the bull run comes, we're 6 months in, 8 months in, and suddenly BNB is at 2,000? And the entry limit to join is suddenly 10 times higher than it was when we started. We were on the Ethereum chain once, and that exact same thing happened, where when we started, Ethereum was at 225, 250, and then when it ended, Ethereum was at close to, what was it, 3,000, 2,500, 3,000 something. So with that increase, we're going to put a fault pressure on it. Now, I really actually wanted to use Tron Treasury and use USDT. But the thing is, when you're using a secondary contract token, it will increase the gas fees even further. So we went with TRX because it is among the most stable coins out there. It has a very, very smooth growth. And for anybody who would like to have BNB instead, make your earnings in Tron Treasury and convert that earnings to BNB or whatever token you want. I mean, you don't need to hold the TRX just because you're earning it. You can take it, you can buy whatever you think has the most upside potential. But yes, that's the reason why we went with Tron. I think Tron network is among the best blockchains out there. Yes, the gas fee is a little bit higher, but I don't complain on it. I know that the last two years there were 2 votes that increased the gas fee by 3 times, and I believe first by 7 times and then by 3 times. And the reason they're doing so is because they want to push more people to freeze Tron. Of course, they want to push more people to do that because everybody can have a cost-less transaction as long as you have enough energy and bandwidth. And with the increase of the gas fee, Tron suddenly became a deflationary token. Guys, if you're looking at the all-time chart of Tron, you see a high, you see lows, and then you see a steady growth, and that steady growth will just continue and continue and continue. So we've had a bear market for how long? 500 days. Tron hasn't decreased in value. Tron has gone up. Well, every single token has gone down. Every single coin and token on the market has gone down, while Tron has actually gone up during this bear market. So it's a very solid coin. So this is why we're on this. Somebody said it's much easier to build a smart contract on Tron. Both yes and no. We don't have any issues building on BSC either. We actually built contracts there before also. But yes, we wanted to go with Tron. We love Tron. All right, because Tron is our first love. Yes. Let me see here. All right, that was basically the questions that we had in the chat box. I don't know if anybody has anything else. Type them in before we're going to drop off. I'm not going to hold you on here for ages. It's Sunday. We want to be with family. We want to be with friends. So I'm going to keep it short today. But yeah, guys, I think we've gone through most of what we needed to do. Energy, guys. Energy is what you want in order to don't pay TRX and gas fee. We've had the majority of our members that have joined Tron Treasury hasn't paid more than maybe 10, 15, 20 TRX to join the contract. Some even completely free because they stacked up with energy before. So if you don't know how that works, please join us in our community Telegram group. Let me link that. If you're probably in there, but if you're not, let me link it anyway. And ask our admins if they can help you out with a little bit, help you out with understanding energy, how it works, etc. And you'll be forwarded to our energy providers group, etc. Why are the energy cost fees so big for registering and withdrawing? Well, we just basically went through it, my friend, but they are so because it's a complex code. Whenever you trigger the code and doing something, the whole contract goes crazy. But if you're using energy, if you're using approximately 100 to 150,000 energy, the transaction will be cost free. The first deposit will be around 250,000 energy. Any interaction with the contract after that will be between 80 to 120,000. And that's about, if you're buying it, it's about 10 TRX of energy. AJ, nice to see you as well. Good to have you on board. And yeah, guys, I believe we're done for today. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on. If you have any questions that we didn't respond to, taking them into the chat group on Telegram. And as said, tomorrow 6 p.m. CET, that's 2 hours later than we started today, but tomorrow 6 p.m. Central European time, we're going to do another Zoom. I'm going to post a link, and we're going to be able to use that link every single day, Monday to Sunday, 6 p.m. for a presentation and team call. All right, so please invite your friends, your prospects, family, whoever you want to learn about this, and I'll help them get educated. Take care, guys. Love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers, guys.